Hello students, this is the second mentor cum maths teacher of this channel AT Maths Academy. My name is Athang Joshi and I am here for you with a new playlist which contains the videos of permutations and combinations. Now you might say, sir, this is very easy topic. Yes, you are right. This is an easy chapter, but let me tell you, this is very important as far as your entrance exams are concerned, irrespective of the streams, whether it is science, commerce, everywhere this chapter is there. In every entrance exam, you will have to face this chapter. Further, this chapter is also covered in the higher studies of different science and commerce streams. Okay, so what we are going to do is we are going to make a strong base for this chapter in 11th and 12th standard only, so that it will be very helpful for you in the upcoming courses, higher courses. For that, what you have to do is to keep watching the videos which are uploaded on this channel and to subscribe this channel also, and of course you can send these videos to your friends as well. So let us start with the permutations and combinations. In this chapter, what we are going to study? So the first thing which we are going to study is fundamental principles of counting. There are certain principles of counting. Now counting you have done in school days also, but some principles we are going to cover in this chapter. The next few things are factorial notation, permutations. The next three are some types of permutations. So the first type is permutations of distinct objects, permutations when some objects are identical, and circular permutations. And lastly, we will study combinations. So in this way, we are going to cover the chapter of permutations and combinations. For this chapter, we have to recall something which we already have studied in the school level. What we have studied? The first thing is number systems. If you remember, in school levels you have learned many types of numbers: natural numbers, whole numbers, integers, rationals, irrationals, reals, so many types. But as far as permutations and combinations are concerned, we are going to deal with two systems, that is natural numbers and whole numbers. That's it. Now from school knowledge, you know that natural number starts from 1. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and so on. All these are natural numbers. And whole numbers start from 0. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and so on. These are called as whole numbers. So these two number systems are important for permutations and combinations. And we need four basic mathematical operations. Those are addition, subtraction, multiplication and division. Now let me tell you, in permutation and combination, addition, multiplication and division, these three are most important and we are going to use them in the problems also. Subtraction is also important, but we will use it little less and rarely. So with these fundamentals and basics, now we will start learning the first topic, that is fundamental principles of counting. Now, as I said, there are some principles, so there are total 2 principles which we are going to study now. The first principle is addition principle. We will start with an example. Suppose a boy wants to go for a movie. He has 3 t-shirts of 3 different colors: white, green and blue. Similarly, he also has 4 shirts of 4 different colors: red, green, yellow and orange. The question is, how many choices he has to wear? Let me tell you students, in permutations and combinations, everywhere we have to find out these choices and this is also called as number of ways. Okay, so everywhere we are going to find this. Now, how to tackle this question we will see. Okay, suppose you are going to watch for a movie, or that boy is going for a movie. So first question, what will come into his mind? What to wear? Now he has two choices, t-shirts and shirts. So for this, what we have done is we have made a tree diagram. You can see this tree diagram. So we represent this situation using a tree diagram. So the first question of that boy is what to wear. Here he has two choices. First choice is shirt, okay, and second choice is t-shirt. We will deal with every case one by one. Suppose he chooses to wear a shirt. Now in shirt he has four different colors. First color is red, second one is yellow, the next one is orange, and last one is green. So how many colors? Four colors. Out of four colors he can wear any one shirt. Okay, now let's go to second case. Suppose he choose to wear t-shirt. Now in t-shirts, how many colors he has? He has white, green and blue, so three colors. So among t-shirts he can choose any one out of three colors or three t-shirts. Now what this diagram tells us? So above diagram shows that the boy has four choices in shirt and three choices in t-shirt. Okay, so number of choices we have got from this particular diagram. So what we can conclude? Hence the boy can choose to wear. Now see, anyone can wear only one shirt at a time, right? So he will choose only one from either four shirts or from three t-shirts. Now here this or word is very important. How and why this is important you will come to know in this video only, but a little later. Okay, so right now he has either four shirts or three t-shirts. So how many choices he has? He has 4 plus 3. Okay, and because of this plus, the name is addition principle. Okay, so 4 plus 3, so total he has 7 choices. This is the example, or this is the application of addition principle. Now we will see the formal statement of addition principle. What it says: suppose one activity can be done in m ways and another activity can be done in n ways with no common way among them. Okay, this is the first statement. So there are two activities. One can be done in m ways, another can be done in n ways. Okay, what is the next statement? If one of these activities is to be performed, this is the statement where that or word comes. What it has written? One of these activities. So we are going to perform any one of the activity, not both activities. Okay, so what it was here in the example, here are shirt and t-shirt, but what that boy will do, that boy will wear exactly one out of shirt or t-shirt. Okay, he cannot wear both at a time. So what that boy is doing, he is doing exactly one activity out of wearing a shirt or wearing a t-shirt. Same we have written here. If one of these activities is to be performed, then there are m plus n ways or m plus n choices to do it. Okay, so this is the formal statement of addition principle. I hope you have got it. Now let's move to second type of counting principle, that is multiplication principle. So again, in multiplication principle we will start with an example. All of you or many of you must be using smartphones. You also know that we keep different passwords to unlock our smartphone. That's what I have written here. We can keep a password to unlock any smartphone these days. Okay. Now suppose a password is formed by 4 out of 10 digits on the screen. You must be knowing that either 4-digit password is there or 6-digit password is there in the smartphone. So out of that, what we are assuming that it is 4-digit password, and out of 10 digits on the screen we can form a 4-digit password. Now which 10 digits you see on the screen? Those are 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 and 9. These 10 digits you can see. Now the question is, how many distinct passwords we can make? We can make out of these 10 digits. Okay, let's deal with this problem. Now generally what you do is you randomly select some digits, or you select some birth date of your own or of your parents or something like that. Okay, but have you ever thought that if we don't do this only randomly, or if we think this little bit in a mathematical way, how many such distinct passwords are possible? That question we are going to answer here right now. Okay, so total 4 digits we have to select. Let's go to the first digit. The first digit of a password can be any one out of the 10 digits. Which 10 digits? This one, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 and up to 9. Out of these 10 you can select any one digit. Okay, so this was the first digit. Now let's go to second digit. Second digit of the password can also be any one out of the 10 digits. Now there are any restriction on the selection of digit, so we can select any one out of this 0, 1, 2 up to 9. So again second digit can be chosen out of 10 digits. Similar will happen for third and fourth digits. Okay, so ultimately what is happening? For each digit we have 10 choices or ways, and we want 4 such digits. Every digit is having 10 choice, and how many digits we want? We want 4 digits. So total number of distinct possible passwords are, so this is first digit which you can select in 10 ways. This is second digit which you can select in 10 ways. Third digit again in 10 ways, and fourth digit again in 10 ways. This time we are going to multiply it, and that's why the sign of into or multiplication, which is cross. So 10 into 10 into 10 into 10 is equal to 10,000. So 10,000 distinct possible passwords are we can make. Okay, so this was the example. Now let's give the formal statement of or general statement of multiplication principle. So what it says, if one activity can be carried in m ways followed by the second activity that can be carried out in n ways, and these two activities are independent. Now please understand this first statement. See, there are two activities, but second activity is going to follow the first activity. That means before first activity, second activity cannot happen. Okay, that's why the word followed. And these two activities are independent. Then the two activities can be carried out in m into n ways. Okay, this is the formal statement. Now in 1 minute we will see the difference between addition principle and multiplication principle. What exactly is the difference? So you can see here, one activity is in m ways, another activity in n ways. So the first difference between addition and multiplication principle is, in addition there is no following. Two activities are totally independent or there is no common among them. Okay, so no activities following each other. Whereas in multiplication principle, you can see second activity is following the first activity. Okay, this is the first difference. Second difference is, you can read here, one of these activities. This we have written in addition principle. Okay, so in addition principle, only or exactly one activity we are going to perform. Yes, but in multiplication principle, we are going to perform two activities. You can see here two activities can be carried out. That means both the activities are going to perform in the multiplication principle. Okay, so these are the differences between two principles. I hope you have got the examples as well as the principles and the difference. So thank you so much for watching this video, and for upcoming videos to watch, you have to keep watching, keep tracking our channel, keep subscribing our channel, and if you like this, you can put a like icon, you can comment on our videos, and also you can forward to your friends and ask them to watch and subscribe. Thank you so much.